All right, good morning. It is the last weekend in October and 2016. Out here in the tree stand with my bow this morning. It's been a beautiful morning, a little warmer. It's almost 60 degrees this morning, but you can see the pre-ruts kicking in. Got good signs of that. So had a nice sit out here this morning, and about 20 minutes after shooting light, I rattled in a little buck, and he came in. I had an opportunity on him and I took him, so we'll give you a little more detail here. Alright, so this is my spot here. Cool Kentucky morning, and see the salt lick down here. Shooting house is up in the lane over there. We've got good wind this morning. It's basically out of this direction, so blowing my scent back behind me. And I rattled in this little buck. He came crossing this section right here, came across and came down to about 30 yards, which was in this section right there in the center of the screen on the other side of that pawpaw patch. And he was rubbing on a tree there for a couple minutes, and behind all that stuff I couldn't quite see how big he was. And after a couple minutes he turned and walked away. I gave a couple bleats and a couple more grunts, and he walked back down and thrashed on that tree for a couple more minutes. Then he walked across. I've got this gap cleared over here. You can see the 20-yard flag that I have off there on the left hand side of the screen, and the back of those trees are about 27 yards. He stopped right in there, gave me a nice shot. I think it is the 9-point we've had on the camera, but I'm gonna hop down and go see what we can find. Alright, down here, here's my 30-yard flag. I put out flags around the main shooting lanes of my stand. Give me a quick distance measurement, and come in here. You can see this is the tree he was rubbing on. Nice rub line there this morning, and he walked right up through here. So we'll head right up there, see if we can find some blood in the arrow. Alright, here's where he came through. Walked right here. You can see the tree stand right there in that tree. And he walked right through this patch. And here is where he was standing when I shot. And don't see any arrow immediately, but let's walk forward here and see what we can find. Alright, I just found the arrow, so let's go take a look at it. Came back here. Looks like we got a clean pass through. Alright. Looks like I was a little lower than I thought he was. Only a few feet. So here's the trail. You can see first blood there. Found the arrow right over here. And looks like we got a nice pass through. Got good dark blood. All nice and bright. All the way down the shaft. So it looks like the Exodus did its trick. We will leave that right there and get on this trail. Alright, didn't have a lot of blood early, but now definitely got his trail coming through here. We will head up here and see if we can find him. Okay, I've come about probably 30 yards from where the shot was. Blood's not real strong, but I can see it right here along the edge of this trail. I'm pretty sure I heard him crash right in here somewhere, so keep an eye out for that white belly. Some more blood there, and I think I see him right there. He is piled up. Ah, that's the crash I heard. He ran himself right into the fence. It is the 9. That's the big 9 I've had on camera, the one I've been looking for. Ah, praise God. He is down. Looks like a nice shot right there in the shoulder. And thankful he didn't get broke up in that. Alright, we'll get him drug out and get my tag marked and get another picture for you here, another interview in a second. Alright, it is after the recovery this morning. Shot the deer about 8 o'clock and gave him a little over an hour before we picked up the trail. I was pretty sure I'd heard him crash and not too far. We're only about probably less than 50 yards from the stand right now, and he piled up in the fence right over here. So we got him pulled out so you can see him good. This is the big 9 we've had on the cameras for the last probably 6 weeks. We watched him in velvet, and we've been watching him come in. He was gone for a few weeks, and then a few days ago he showed up again, so I knew he was still in the area. And a little after light this morning, gave a little rattle grunt sequence. He rolled up his scrape line and came down the hill, thrashed a little sapling for a few minutes. You can still see the junk in his base of his antlers, and stepped out of view and grunted and came back in. And then he came through a little clearing I'd cut at about 25 yards, little shooting lane. Let the bear scream at him. Exodus did its job. Perfect shot right through the shoulder there. Haven't looked at the exit wound on the other side, but clearly a good lung shot. And I'm thankful to God for giving us this beautiful deer, for our family, for food, for the bards, for letting us hunt, and a lot of scouting and hard work out here pays off on days like this. What do you think, Kyler?
Pretty cool.
Good stuff. Whew, nice big deer. That four-wheeler sure makes it easier to get out of the woods, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially that hill. That would have been pretty fun.
Yep.
Let's get this. Okay. Whoa.
Whew. Nice deer. So it is last weekend of October, and we've been seeing a little pre-rut activity, so we know the deer are working scrape lines and stuff, and we get this deer up. You can see he's been wetting his legs, and those glands are packed full of scent, and he smells really strong. So it's more confirmation these deer are working those scrape lines and looking for those does. He sure did respond to that little rattle, grunt, bleed sequence. Alright, that's the end of the hunt. We've got him in the truck there. Thanks to Kevin and Kyler for helping me get him out, and praising God for a beautiful morning. And it's already getting warm, starting to sweat a bit, but big 9. This is clearly the biggest deer I've shot with my bow, and a deer we let pass last year, let him grow up a little bit. We'd like to give the deer out here one more year, but there's just so much pressure in this area for bucks that if we don't harvest them at this age, probably not going to have an opportunity later. So thankful for this. The boys are probably sad I took this one out. Rifle season starts in 2 weekends, but we're grateful for this one, and praise God for blessing us with this deer.